Hey everyone, Hugo here. Welcome to Advanced SimRacing. I've got Frank, founder at Advanced SimRacing, and this is the new ASR Gen 2 chassis. So Frank, tell us a little bit about the main differences that we've got with this new Generation 2 of chassis.
So the new gen's gonna be whole flat face, except for the ASR4. ASR4 gonna have rudder that's gonna be open face, but it's gonna mount as the same way it is actually with the flat face. So rig gonna be flat face, easier to assemble, faster to assemble as well. The ASR1's gonna be sturdier, as the ASR3 is gonna be sturdier than it was.
I know you've made a few points to the fact that now the adjustment is a lot easier than it was before. For example, before you had to move the uprights if you wanted to bring the wheelbase closer or further away from you. How does that work on this new generation?
Exactly, so we brought a new wheel deck that's gonna be easier to adjust. So you're gonna be able to adjust and make sure you got the right position just with the wheel deck, so you don't have to move the hub post anymore. And you're gonna see what we're gonna show you, that the hub post is more sturdier the way we mount it right now.
I assume as well easier to adjust, right?
Yeah, as well. So super simple and super quick to adjust as well.
Perfect. So, starting off with the ASR1 presented in our matte black powder coat here. Some of the main differences, as Frank mentioned, we're now using flat face. That doesn't change the adaptability, as we'll have all of the accessories that you need to mount nearly everything on the market, shifters, handbrakes. You won't have any issues fitting them onto the ASR1. The pedal deck has changed significantly. We're no longer using a steel pedal plate. Now 2 pieces of profile run here. If you're using pedals that are built into a base plate, we're gonna include the corner gussets so you can pass a bolt from the bottom directly into the threads of the base plate itself. The uprights here, instead of being mounted on top of the long 50-inch profiles with 2 corner gussets, we're now using a 90-degree angle plate as well as a plate at the bottom, so increases the sturdiness, but also makes the assembly a lot easier. Wheel deck, we're no longer going to need to move the uprights front to back if we want to adjust the position. All of that is going to be done through the slotted parts that you can see here. Makes it easier, faster, but also gives just as much adjustability as you had on the ASR1 previously. For the seat area, you'll notice we're still using corner gussets to attach the 19-inch profiles to the 50-inch profiles. However, for the 22-inch pieces that are going to be holding the seat, gone are the corner gussets. We're now using a machined part. The bolt goes directly through the profile into the 19-inch piece. This is the ASR1. This is the new Generation 2 ASR3. Some of the main differences as to the previous generation: flat face aluminum, easier assembly, sturdier in general. That's true for all of the chassis of the new generation. Some of the specific differences with the ASR1, as I know a lot of people will be cross-shopping the ASR1 and the ASR3. Heel rest is going to be base included here. Thicker aluminum for the pedal deck, so sturdier and more adjustment. Same story, corner gussets are included if you're installing pedals that are already built into a base plate. Wheel deck, same thing as the ASR1. Your adjustment is going to be done directly through these slotted holes just here. You'll be able to fit people of all shapes and sizes. Shifter arm is going to be included with the ASR3, whereas it is not with the ASR1, although it is available separately, of course. The uprights, instead of being mounted with a 90-degree plate and a plate at the bottom, are now going through directly the 50-inch profiles. So you've got bolts that come through the 50-inch profile and bolt into the T-nuts that you'll have in the channels of the uprights themselves. When it comes to the seating area, no more corner gussets. Same thing, bolts are coming through the 50-inch profile, go into the 19-inch pieces here. 22-inch profiles that hold the seat, bolts go directly from the top into the 19-inch profiles. Easier adjustment, easier assembly, sturdier. This is the new ASR3. This is the Generation 2 ASR4. So same thing, we've got flat face here, although it will be offered in an open face version as well at the same price as the flat face one, so you'll have the choice between the two. Pedal deck, very similar to the ASR3, although we're offering a little bit more adjustment in terms of height as we've got a thicker 4.5-inch profile piece here. So more height adjustment for the pedal deck, but also for the heel rest, which can be adjusted independently, which makes it perfect for modular pedals such as using melt sprints, for example. When it comes to the wheel deck, your adjustment is going to be done directly through the slotted pieces here, as well as this is the Fanatec side mount version, but that's also the case if you have the front mount or Asetek front mount. Your adjustment is done here, but also directly on the DE side parts that you've got there. So more adjustment in terms of getting it further or closer to you. When it comes to the shifter arm, this is included just as with the ASR3. For the seat mounting area, no more corner gussets. The bolts are going directly through the profiles and go into here. Makes assembly a whole lot easier, gone with the corner gussets. And for the 22-inch pieces that hold the seat, the bolts, same thing as with the ASR1 and 3, go from the top directly into T-nuts in the 19-inch profiles. This is the Generation 2 ASR4. This is the Generation 2 ASR Pro, shown here in our beautiful infinite black Paracoat. Some of the main differences that you'll have with the ASR Pro as with the ASR4, we're going to be using a thicker base profile here, so 6 inches instead of the 4.5-inch that we've got on the ASR4. When it comes to the pedal deck, we're going to be using thicker steel pieces that are holding the aluminum profile just here, so it makes it sturdier in general. The slotted pieces are also longer, so even more range of adjustment in terms of height for your pedals. Heel rest independent, just like on the rest of the chassis. The uprights, still 4.5-inch, although that is more than enough to support anything you want to throw at it. We're talking the strongest wheelbases on the market, motion system, active pedals. Throw whatever you want at it, it'll easily take it. This particular ASR Pro is optioned out with the classic wheel deck option. So if you're by yourself and you're not going to have regularly other people of different sizes hopping into the rig, this is a great option for you, although it still offers fairly easy adjustment in terms of depth and of course height, just by loosening these bolts, and you can have all of this moving, as well as on the Fanatec DD side mounts, which are used to attach the front mount for SimiCube as well as for Asetek. The ASR Pro also offers something very special: cable management pass-throughs. So directly into the profiles, you'll have a couple of holes that are built so that you can pass your cables through, essentially. So if you've got motion system, for example, you're easily going to be able to hide away your cables inside of the profile, so you don't even need cable clips. For your wheelbase, for example, the cables can run through the upright and then come out at the top just here and go to your wheelbase. Makes it very, very sleek looking. Another option that we've got on the ASR Pro is the back plate. This is a mostly aesthetic option. So instead of using a piece of profile at the back, we're going to be using a plate, steel plate that is powder coated, of course, with an ASR logo on it. The adjustable feet are included as standard, and so is the shifter arm. The rest of the construction is very similar to the ASR 4, so barely any corner gussets at all. Makes a whole lot easier for the assembly. Your bolts that are attaching the uprights, as well as the 22-inch profiles here, go directly through a machined part in the profile itself into your T-nuts in the slotted parts here. This is the Generation 2 ASR Pro. I'm back with Frank, and we're going to show you some of the differences between a base ASR Pro that I just displayed to you guys and a fully loaded ASR Pro. So we've got the back plate, which you can't see right now, as well as the wheel deck, and of course a beautiful custom color. So Frank, tell us a little bit about the differences and what the ASR Pro does.
So this ASR Pro right now got the fully adjustable wheel deck. So you're going to be able to lift your wheelbase, push it forward, backward, just like that. Just like the whole ASR Pro as well. So you just add it to the whole lineup right now. So you're gonna be able to just move it forward or backward, depending on what you need exactly. This one's gonna be able to do it as well. You're gonna be able just to slide your pedals if you want just the slightly adjustment you need for your pedal, like you feel like they're not far away. So you're gonna be able just to unscrew 8-bolt and then move it. Just easy as that.
And I think you guys will also notice that some cables are hanging around here. And why are they coming out of the profile?
So this is the main reason we did this new chassis. So you got the whole machine aluminum, so you can pass your cable inside the channel. So it's way easier and way cleaner for your cable management. Just like you see right there, all the cable are coming back from the wheelbase, the USB and everything. Enter the channel, no cable at all, and just came through underneath, just under the heel rest. And then for us, we're gonna put the USB hub right there and plug everything, easy to access, easy to manage and stuff like that. So way cleaner.
Yep.
Obviously, you're gonna have some cable that you cannot pass in it. And this is why we provide right now this new profile. So basically what this one do is that you're gonna be able to just, for an example, you put it there, you pass all your cable and then you squeeze it.
So gone is the need for cable clips, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're spending that much money on a chassis and nice peripherals and everything, we're car guys at the end of the day, and you want to make it look nice, and that really does allow for that.
Exactly, and cable management is one thing that can make your rig look like a whole mess.
Yeah,
even
for
if
sure.
it's the best rig.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot. Motion system, pedals, you've got 3 screens, you've got a wheel with a screen and everything, and
that's a lot
you've
of
got
wire.
cable. Yeah, you've got a lot of cables, so that is definitely a very, very neat feature. And we're also going to offer the possibility. You'll see on the previous ASR Pro, they were always coming in textured black, but if you guys are looking for a custom color just like this one, we can also make the backplate, for example, custom colored. So up to you. A lot of possibility when it comes to customization here to really dial in your rig exactly how you want it. So I know a worry that some of you guys had was with the flat face. Of course, when you're purchasing an aluminum profile chassis, you're looking for 2 things mainly. You're looking for sturdiness, obviously, but you're also looking for adaptability. And that is a worry that some of you guys had, but with the amount of accessories that we'll have coming out, you'll easily be able to mount everything. But the flat face isn't like final. If you do want to flip your shifter arm around, for example, you'll be able to flip it around. You want to bolt shifters, button boxes, handbrakes, anything like that. That's the same story for the wheel deck as well. You can't see it here, but this time the flat face is at the top, but you can easily put it so that it is at the bottom instead, making plenty of spots to attach whatever you want to bolt to it. So don't worry guys, we are sim racers. We know that adaptability is extremely important, and this wouldn't have been a decision that would have been made if we thought it would have impacted the adaptability of the chassis. Thank you very much guys for watching this video. We hope that you've learned as much as we could tell you about the new generation 2 of chassis. Of course, if you do have more specific questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. We'll be more than happy to help. We're very proud of these products, and we really do stand behind them and do believe that this is the new era of sim racing chassis.
Absolutely. Thanks everyone.